Hey everybody, it's Ree, or Rebel Inks Art, here with today's Ree-Learns. Facebook today popped up and let me know that this picture that is on screen right now just turned 3 years old. It was a picture that I was very proud of at the time, and then just, I don't know, it was this picture that I was so proud of when I made it. It was, like, if I look back at my art, it's one of the earliest points I can really see my current style starting to come out in full force. But looking at it now, boy howdy! Boy howdy, it's ugly. So I kind of, at the very beginning we saw me, I broke down the different things about it that I wanted to improve or fix, and I decided that today's Ree-Learns was going to be me redrawing this. And the first thing I did when I started this project was I pulled up a reference. That reference that we see right there is a Zarya bunny cosplay from Twerquius on Instagram. I'm going to link their Instagram in the description. They are one of my all-time favorite cosplayers. Their stuff is so cool. But they had like the kind of body type that I always kind of pictured Yang having. By the way, this is Yang from the web series Ruby. If you haven't watched it, I'd check it out. It's not a perfect web series, but it's one that inspired me deeply when I was starting off with my art. So if you want to give it a watch, if you've got a little bit of time, it's at 3 seasons? 4 seasons? I'm not actually sure. I haven't watched it in a while, but it is a good watch. It's a very fun watch. And Yang was always my favorite character, always will be. And this is definitely the body type I pictured her having, and I feel like I didn't execute that as well in the first version, so I wanted to make sure I had a really solid reference for the body type I wanted her to have. And then just heading in there with that cleaned up sketch. But I think the main thing that was really nice about this, because recently, I don't know, I've always judged my, like, skill progress by how my art style has changed, because in the past, my art style has changed with how good I am at my art. Like, things will become a little bit crisper in one area or clearer in another area, and the fact that my art style hadn't changed in a while kind of felt like maybe I wasn't growing enough, maybe I wasn't pushing myself enough, and it kind of had me feeling bad. So this exercise of redrawing something that's still technically done in my current style, just to see all the different ways I've been improving on, like, the technical side, on the anatomy side, how I can still improve while keeping the same art style, was just really helpful. And also, it was nice drawing Yang again. I don't really do much Ruby anymore. I haven't watched it in a while, so it was nice kind of going back to something that deeply inspired me when I was, you know, kind of a lot younger, so. Also, just like real talk, I'm so happy with how the hands turned out in this picture. I don't know how they turned out so good, but I'm not looking to give Torse in the mouth. I guess that's just the power of reference in the end, huh? Heading in there with that line art. I think the one thing that I could have improved on this, and it is just something that I guess I need to work on a little bit more, is her expression. I feel like it wasn't really as clear enough. I wanted her to kind of look like, yeah, I'm posing, but I'm a little not sure on whether or not I want to brag about this kind of thing, but it just kind of felt like it fell a little flat. So maybe expressions are something we're going to see me work on here in the future. I think her hair turned out cute, though. I don't draw nearly enough long hair. I really need to make myself do that more. I always tend to draw either like short hair or updos. Which is like, can you blame me? Short hair is so cute, and there's nothing more fun than like a fancy braid or a bun or that sort of thing. But just straight down long hair is also very fun. There's something about like anime hairstyles though that just doesn't translate well into my art style. I can't draw hair like that anymore. I need to have, I guess, like hair based in real life. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, it's just kind of weird because when I started off I was drawing exclusively anime hair, and now for that to be something that I struggle to draw at all is bizarre, but in a good way, I guess. I think the main problem with the original picture is I hadn't yet learned to start flipping my canvas while I was working to make sure everything was even, because the main thing that's wrong with this picture, looking at it, I've got it up on my other monitor, by the way, her head is just so skewed. Oh, actually, right now is something I wanted to point out. I realized I've been making a terrible habit of making characters' faces much shorter. Like, all the time, they're very short, and I kind of realized this as I was drawing them. Like, what's the difference between these two pictures? Because I don't like her face more in the old one, but there's something about her face that I like in the old one. I realized it's because I was drawing her face much too short. And so I fixed that, but that's something I need to be a little more cognizant of in the future. I did also change the shirt design, A, because it was just a bad shirt design, but also because the reason I had drawn this pic originally is because I wanted Yang to have a good cheesy workout shirt, and there's nothing really cheesy about Suns Out, Guns Out. I knew I could do better, so. I forgot to unpause here while I was laying down the sloppy colors, but it's okay because we're just hopping in and cleaning things up. Went with a light blue for her shirt because I felt like it would pop against her bright yellow hair. Doing those nice little neon strips in the yoga pants before going in, adding some blushing. Another thing that was weird about this is just how pale she was. I tried to color sample from the original picture, which I threw away almost immediately because I wasn't happy with any of the colors. But she's just so pale. I don't really draw characters this pale anymore. I like to give them a good glow. Then heading in there with that shading, giving her a good rosy undertone, because she's very pinkish in the anime. And then one really cool thing we're gonna see here that I was very excited about, I was watching a speed paint at this current part while I was working, and I saw the person start shading in a way that I didn't normally do, and I was like, huh, that looks cool. I'll try doing that. I'll give it a more definitive light source and kind of add shading on the side of the face. And the end result is so cool, and I'm so happy with it, and it's definitely something I'm gonna mess around with more. So just kind of like using more intense lighting in just my regular cell shaded pieces is something I want to mess with more too, because even this just little like itty bitty baby foray into it was just so much fun and turned out so neat in my opinion, and it kind of just made the whole picture for me. So we'll have to mess around with that a little bit more, huh? Going in there, doing some shading on her shirt, doing it on a layer above everything else, and then turning the opacity down so we see the shading on the shirt design as well. And then going in there and shading those pants before using a royalty-free Google image and applying some filters over it. Oh, but first adding a little bit of airbrush lighting just to give it a little bit of a glow. And then there we see that nice little royalty-free gym background, just because I did want to give her some kind of a setting behind her. And here we see those finished images, the one from 3 years ago, 2015, over on the left, and the new one on the right. It's so weird, but so cool seeing these guys back to back. I'm super happy with how they turned out. I always love challenges like this. Seeing how I've grown and improved is always such a huge, like, I guess confidence booster to me. I tend to kind of feel like I'm not improving or growing as fast as I need to be, but it's always good to just kind of sit down with projects like this and make yourself see how far you've come as a way of just kind of giving yourself a little pat on the back and going, you're doing okay. So this was a hugely fun challenge. If you guys have pieces that you've redrawn from the past, I'd love to see them. Please send them to me. I always love seeing you guys' art. And yeah, I guess that's it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. I hope you eat some great food, and I hope you make some great art. Bye-bye! I love you!